Hello and welcome to StrategySeeker demonstration. Today's demo is how to create a simple strategy using the Strategywizard. So first thing we do after login is going to the Strategies menu and clicking on Add Strategy. The Add Strategy screen has an area to select the Strategywizard. We don't put any data here. It's all going to be generated by the Strategywizard. And we just click on the Strategywizard. Strategywizard has three sections. Section for strategy code. In this area, the Strategywizard will generate the strategy actual code for us. And then two other sections, one for buy rules and one for sales rules. As you know, a strategy is a selection or collection of buy rules that if they meet, then the system will automatically generate a buy signal. And the same token, if the sales rules meet, then the system will issue a sell signal. So let's start and add some buy rules to our strategy. Let's take a simple strategy in which if the close of yesterday was smaller than the close of before yesterday, and if the close of the day before yesterday was smaller than the close of 2 days ago, actually 3 days ago, then let's issue a buy signal. How do we do that? Well, first rule is if close of last bar, as you know, we are working here on end-to-end, meaning on end of day to end of day, meaning that close of last bar would be the close of yesterday. Smaller, you choose smaller. Now I can choose a value 1 or any other value or a function. And we'll go to function. We'll have additional options here. And we'll choose close of 1 bar ago. So this basically represents a rule in which if the close of last bar of yesterday is smaller than the close of a day before, then that's a rule. We want to add another rule, which is at the same time, if the close of 2 days ago, or 1 day ago, or 2 days ago actually, which is 1 bar before, is smaller than the close of 3 days ago. So let's add a buy rule. Now we have a second line for another buy rule. And we say if the close of 1 bar ago, which is the day before yesterday, is smaller, again, I choose a function close of 2 bars ago. Again, 2 bars ago is 3 days from now, because close is no number, or close of last bar is the close of yesterday. Close of 1 bar ago, it's the close of the day before yesterday. At the same time, close of 2 bars ago, it's the close of 3 days ago. You can see that the default condition for the two rules is AND. I can change it to OR. I'm not going to do it now because it's going to change the logic. Now that I'm happy with my two buy rules, all I need to do is accept the buy rules, and now the wizard generates for me the code. So it first put the header to the strategy. We don't yet have a strategy name. Says who is the owner, when it was created. As you can see, it's all comment, start with the number sign, and then it put another comment, the buy section, and we can see here the two rules of buy, that if they happen, then the system will issue a buy. We don't need at that stage to understand the language, but it's very easy to see. Now let's set up sales rule. Again, we would like to sell if the close of yesterday was higher than the close of the day before, which was higher than the close of the previous day. How do we do it? Very similar like we did on the buy. So close of last bar now is greater, right? We want to sell if many people are buying now. So close of last bar is greater than, instead of value function, close of 1 bar ago. And then we add another sales rule, which is the close of 1 bar ago is greater than the close, we choose a function and close, of 2 bars ago. Again, we could change the logical condition for the two rules, but we keep it AND because that's the logic of that specific example. And as I'm happy, I just press the accept sales rule. Okay, now we go here, we scroll down, you see this is the buy section, and another comment, sales section, and the sales rules. If I want to change something, I don't need to change the code. I can just go and clear, either change here and clear the bylines and accept them again. I can delete the byline and put another one. So you have different editing buttons here. Now that I'm happy with my strategy, I just press save. And the wizard will automatically put the code into the strategy code for us. So another benefit here is that it's guaranteed to compile successfully because it was generated by the wizard. Now let's give it a name, and we say buy at low, sell at high. That will be the name of the strategy. And we need to put some additional parameters for the strategy in order to use that later on when we trade or when we optimize and we are doing backtest. So first one is strategy allocation. We may have multiple strategies belonging to one specific portfolio. So this helps us to divide how much money of the capital of the portfolio will be allocated to that specific strategy. For example, we have a portfolio with $100,000 and we want that all the $100,000 will go to that strategy because we're using only one strategy. In such case, we'll put 100%. If we have 3 strategies and we want to split the $100,000 third, and third, we'll have here 33.33 as the location. But for our example, we keep it 100. The next 2 parameters are position size and max positions. They're very important for risk management. Position size is how many percentage from the total capital of the portfolio will be allocated to a specific symbol that's going to be bought. So if we put here 2%, for example, or let's say 3%, it means that, and we have a capital of $100,000, it means that every buy signal issued by the system because the buy rules have been complied or accepted or met, then $3,000 is the number to be used. So the system will issue a buy signal with an amount of $3,000 of that specific symbol. And if we put only one position size, then if the system already bought $3,000 of that specific symbol, it will not issue another buy signal or a buy trade actually because we have only one max position. If we put 2 max positions, then it will allow to have 2 positions, each of them $3,000, meaning that our total exposure to a specific symbol is $6,000. This is very important because this is a mechanism that allows us to control what's the risk we would like to assign to a specific symbol and making sure that a specific symbol in that specific example will never exceed 6,000 or 6% of my capital. And if I have a very problematic symbol, then I'm limiting the risk or exposure to that specific symbol. Select position priority, it's not used yet, so we can ignore it. It's for futuristic features. And then select entry type. If we put market or just market, then the system will simply issue a buy at the market value. But if we put a limit or stop, and let's start with the limit, then we can specify here what is the limit comparing the last close. So let's say the equity or the symbol last close was $10, and we put 10% here. It means that the limit buy will be at $9, which is 10% less the last close. We're going to leave it at 0. If I put 0, which is the default, it means that the buy issue will be limit at the exact last day close amount. So but here I complete all my definition of the strategy. When I press save, if the strategy is properly written in terms of syntax of the language, among other parameters, then we're going to get a green light, strategy saved, and it was compiled. Let's go and find our new strategy. Here it is. And let's just, for the sake of practice, we're going to put the syntax here. For example, we'll put here minus minus, which doesn't make any sense, and we'll save it again. Now we're getting strategy saved, but compilation of the strategy failed. So the system, each time it saves the strategy, also compile it and make it ready for execution for the back testing or forward testing. So let's save it again, and we're all set with a very simple strategy. Thank you.